Evening and welcome back. Delmarva. Local officials say the town of Dewey Beach has been trying to reshape its image for the last few years now, and with recreational marijuana now legal in Delaware, they're concerned about the impact that it could have on the town, and they held a vote today to address that. 47 ABC's Jack Fitchner has the details.
Obviously it became legal in Delaware a short while ago, and that's a state law, but the municipalities control what types of businesses they like in town.
Dewey Beach Commissioner Paul Buer says several residents have spoken out against the growth, sale, and use of recreational marijuana within town limits. But Friday's council meeting will start the discussion on whether or not the drug's sale and growth will be banned.
And, a lot of the residents have contacted us about, obviously some people don't want it right next to them and those kinds of things.
Dewey Beach relies on tourism dollars. Commissioner Buer says that 10 to 20 years ago, the town had a reputation for being more of a party town. But over the last 5 to 10 years, it has tailored to families and friends out of the area for fun and safe vacations.
Besides us, Bethany, Fenwick, a lot of the other municipalities are all looking at it the same way.
Commissioner Buer says he supports state law, but his personal opinion is to ban the growth and sale of the substance in town.
If I had a vote right now without hearing any other feedback outside of what I've heard, I'm voting to keep, I'd rather have it outside of city limits than inside city limits. We don't have a whole lot of farmland here in Dewey Beach to grow stuff. So
ahead of the council meeting, Buer says he's confident his colleagues will be in favor of a ban.
So I think they're probably going to lean the way I lean on it. But again, that's why we have public meetings and get public input, and we'll see what today's meeting brings. We may have hundreds of people come in and speak in favor of it, or we may have none.
Jack Fitchner, 47 ABC, WMDT.
Now, the measure passed unanimously, so this now means that the manufacturing and sale of recreational marijuana will not be permitted within the town limits of Dewey Beach. Moving on here, a new report on homelessness is out thanks to Jim Martin of the Shepherd's office over in Georgetown. It went before the Delaware Behavioral Health Committee for Disabled Delawareans. Now, that report detailed factors that can lead to homelessness locally, finding one of the strongest was if a person is disabled. Martin tells us of the 100,000 homeless people in Delaware, he believes a third are represented by those living with disabilities. Now, he tells us many disabled people rely on a fixed income and therefore they're unable to keep up with inflation.
Here on the front lines of food insecurity here, we're seeing the fact that if you're disabled, you're extremely vulnerable because of your income level, and you're not able to really ramp up your income to meet other things like inflation, and so you're kind of stuck to that fixed income, and we're finding that people that are disabled are falling out of their rental agreements and rental situations because they can't keep up with $1,500 or $2,000 a month.
Now, Martin adds that many who are homeless are employed, but they hide the fact that they're homeless out of fear of losing their jobs. Well, Senator Tom Carper has received a special commendation from members of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers for his decades of public service. 47 ABC's Rob Flax has the story.
Delaware Senator Tom Carper were in Rehoboth Beach Friday, surrounded by current and former staff and officials from across the state, as he received the highest civilian honor possible by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, the Gold de Fleury Medal for his work in paving the way for a national model of how to protect the coast from climate change.
It's an honor to present our most prestigious award to Senator Carper today, not only for the work that he's done here in the great state of Delaware, but really for his advocacy for projects like Rehoboth Beach across the country, where we're battling, sea level rise in many communities across America. And it's these projects that help protect communities, they help protect homes and our way of life.
Lieutenant General Scott Spellman of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers says Senator Carper helped to create the most efficient system for federal funds to make its way to communities and help them get projects underway before life and property is harmed.
This is the way we want to do beach renourishments across the country. So here we were able to take really 5 beach projects, combine them into 3 contracts, and get them all done simultaneously, working from south to north from Fenwick and certainly from Rehoboth down to south and meet there in Bethany. We don't get to do this everywhere.
Senator Carper tells us he is humbled by the honor and to have played a part in keeping Delaware's coastlines beautiful for generations to come.
I like helping people, and one of the best ways you can help people is make sure they have a job. The Army Corps of Engineers in Delaware plays a big role there. I want people to be happy, And when they come to the Delaware and they have beaches that are as great as the beaches that we have here, that's a source of joy for me as well, including my own family.
In Rehoboth Beach, Rob Flax, 47 ABC, WMDT.
Yeah, Senator Carper says from the earliest days of his service, it's always been a team effort, thanking previous staffers for attending the ceremony.
All right, let's get to it here as we take a look at a time lapse from earlier. This is out of Rehoboth Beach, our Morse Roofing and Siding Sky Camp. Beautiful sunrise, quiet morning. Everything was going great here in Rehoboth Beach. It's turning out to be a great beach day. What I want you to just watch the screen here. It's kind of like a flying saucer almost comes directly across the water here after a very sunny start. Boom, you see that come through. And the big rains that came with it after, that was a shelf cloud that moved across Rehoboth Beach, and it was ominous looking. And actually, this photo tells it all right here. That's told you, it looks like a spaceship, doesn't it? That fanning out of clouds you see when we talk about a shelf cloud, that tells you that there was a lot of cool air, rain-cooled air, spilling out, hitting the ground, and spreading out outside of the storm. When you see something like this, typically it comes from severe thunderstorms too, and this did have a severe thunderstorm warning on it when it was rolling through Rehoboth Beach. But Jean Vivola, if you recognize that name, that's a 47 ABC alum, meteorologist here just a few years ago, and she was in town, Rehoboth Beach, and caught this great photo. Thank you for sending that in. All right, so Dagsboro picked up over 1.5 inches. Same in Bethany Beach, had that storm right there, or at least the cluster storms that came through. And then later in the evening in Princess Anne and Easton, we saw some of those rainfall totals, which weren't too bad either. 71 out of Georgetown, current temperature 68 in Ocean City, 67 in Salisbury, Cambridge right now at 68 degrees. Let's go to our weather watchers. Josh and Marion Station at a comfortable 63. Chucky and Lewis right now sitting at 68. So futurecast dew points going forward here as we go into Saturday. They're going to be coming down. We're going to be looking at 50s into the afternoon. That's nice. That's some pretty dry air. As I talked about the past couple of days, we've had dew points surging here or there into the 60s and 70s. It's typical this time of the year, of course, to have high humidity, but we're getting back to some very dry air just in time for Father's Day weekend. All right, 84, that was the high in Salisbury today after the sun did have a chance to come out for a little bit as those storms were raging in Sussex County. So that's why we were warmer in Wicomico County. Beach forecast, though, doesn't matter which beach you pick. It's going to be wonderful this weekend with temperatures near 80 each day, but keep in mind that UV index is going to be very high. I showed you rain earlier, and it is now done out of the Pocomoke City area and Chincoteague, and so we're only looking at the random shower left over here for the next couple of hours. Futurecast shows you how quiet it's going to be late tonight, and as we get into our Saturday forecast, wall-to-wall sun. Looks really good here to get things going for the weekend. 59 to 64 tonight. Pretty much scratched that thunderstorm early text right there. Maybe a lingering shower, but that's about it. Lingering clouds overall late tonight. A mostly sunny sky tomorrow. Should be a wonderful day for the Brazier's Carpet Care dog walking forecast. And we're featuring a cat today. Say hi to Logger from Virgie. Temperature tomorrow 83 for a high at 4. We'll talk more about the 7-day forecast coming up in a little bit, but the chance for rain returns into next week. Also returning on the other side of the break, more DSI. Stay with us.